You are live. You are live. You are live. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today is, what is today? Tuesday the 18th, 2025. March the 18th, 2025. Yes, and this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and I will be glad in it. Today is the 18th of March. The 18th. This month is halfway over. We're almost, it's like March came in and it's wreaking havoc. It's raining, wind is rainy, snowy, windy in different places. To God be the glory, though. To God be the glory. It is the beginning of a beautiful day. It is spring break here, and you don't hear much traffic this morning. You don't hear a lot of buses out. You don't see a lot of buses, and you don't hear a lot of buses. And this morning it is, I think it's like in the the low 40s, like 49 this morning. And it feels, coming through this window, it feels pretty good. And I like to open the windows in the morning to get the fresh air, and you may hear sounds of cars and trucks. Movement of the morning. That's what it is. It is the movement of the morning. So I'm going to sit and I'm going to wait for a few minutes, give somebody, anybody, time to come in, get up, turn on and listen, or drop down and say good morning. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, sunshine. So today is Testimonial Tuesday. I know something has happened in your life, anybody life, that they want to give a testimony about, or something that's getting, something that somebody is going through, but knowing that even in the going through, you know who's there with you while you're going through it. You know that you're not going through it by yourself. If you're not, you're not going through it by yourself. Let me see if I can put this thing up. Okay, that's not it. That's that's not it. Let me see. How do I do it? Gosh, Miss what her name is not here this morning. Am I going to be talking to myself this morning? Oh well, if I do, I do. I'll just keep on talking. I will just keep on talking. And see how to. Okay, I don't have any. Okay, create a band. Okay. How surprising. How so? Good morning to that one person. Good morning. Good morning. How are you this morning? Today is the day, baby. Today is, oh, they left. They left. Oh, okay. Now let me get back. And how do I get the clipboard? Okay. Choo, 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 choo. Aretha Gray, these are my opinions. Everybody, everything said is my thoughts and my opinion. Okay, we'll go with that. My thought, my opinion. My thoughts, my opinion. I like that one. Okay, now we're gonna move on from that to this. Oh, okay. Good morning. Good morning, AKA. Good morning. Good morning. Getting ready to head out the door. I'll be listening in the bushes. Thank you. And I pray all goes well. I pray that everything is the way that God will have it to be. Lord's willing, I pray for healing. I pray for healing. I pray for release. Release, 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 release. I pray that everything is working so good. When you go to the doctor, you're going to wonder what you came there for. But yeah, this morning I'm praying for a uplifting report, even if you have to go to take tests or whatever it is that you have to go and do. So yeah, that's what I'm praying for you this morning. Um, Lord have mercy, I get start doing things and then get sidetracked. But yeah, I'm trying to move that out the way. Ticker, ticker, ticker. Trying to move that out. I'm trying to move that out the way. And move that. My thoughts, my opinion, trying to move that. Yeah. But anyway. Yeah, I'll be just happy they'll get to a conclusion of what's going on with my lungs. Prayerfully, it's nothing. Prayerfully, it's not what you may think it is. We have a tendency. Let me close this one because the morning is very loud. Because we have a tendency to self-diagnose, and when we tell other people what's going on with us, then they give us their diagnosis and then when we get to the doctor, we done already. Then we Google a symptom, and then we done already diagnosed ourselves. We done prescribed the medication and the follow up work that's supposed to be done. So it's just good to just go and see what it is that's going on, and let God and the doctors take care of the rest. Has Jordan come home? I'm so excited for her. Yes, she made it home yesterday. The plane landed at 7:28, and they don't live too far where they live in Fort Myers, and in about 35 minutes after the plane lands, she got her stuff, and they headed home, and she would her mom, they didn't do too much talking yesterday because her mom knew that she was tired, and plus her mom was tired yesterday as well. So she made it home. She said she had a good, and I could tell she didn't want to talk because she just had, well, she got food poisoning while she was, the last day she was there, she got food poisoning. So you could imagine how that was. Good morning, Carrie. You can imagine how that was. She had it coming out both ways in the bathroom, and however, she said she still had a beautiful time, and said, I said, well, hey, and I asked, well, how you like New York? It's a nice place to visit, but I just wouldn't want to live there. And she said it's nice, it's beautiful, but she wouldn't want to live there. It's just too. She say that now. It's just too busy. It's big and it's loud. So she said she wouldn't want to live there. And Verena said, "Thank God." I'm saying that, and I just said to myself, "That's what she say now. That's what her 17-year-old said. That's what her 17-year-old self says. That's not, with what she want to go in. She's going to have to either move on the East Coast or the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? What she really wants to, her constitutional or a corporate law, but she really want to be in the, her dream is to be on Broadway, to be on Broadway. But yeah, and sometimes we could be worried about things like yesterday. My son had called me yesterday because he'd been in the hospital. He went in the hospital Friday. And even though your children are adults, I want to get this off of here because this is bothering me. Um, because your children are adults, we're not through raising our children yet. We're not through raising our children yet. And even when we are not here, we still will be raising our children. And I told him that he's at an age that he needs to start taking better care of himself. And he has insurance. He has the same insurance that I have. And I was telling him about United Health. He's better, but I told he's better. He was having a problem. He got ran over a couple of years ago, and the car pinned him against a wall, and his leg, he's having a problem with this leg, and he's a cook. And I told him, standing on your leg too much, not elevating it properly, not taking care of yourself, not eating properly, not sleeping properly, and taking them drugs and stuff like that. And we had a conversation coming when I picked him up. We had a conversation about a lot of things, and I'm not the one to sugarcoat nothing. And I'm not the one to say what it is that you want to hear. That's just not how I am. So, I had to really talk to him and let him know how I feel, not and telling him I'm not trying to tell you what to do because you're grown. However, I am going to be on you like white on rice about going to the doctor, getting you a primary care doctor, and then that doctor can send you out to different specialists. You have insurance now. You have insurance, and when you have insurance, um just don't be paying into it. Utilize that insurance. And when we got home, he stopped at this Jamaican restaurant and picked up dinner for the both of us. I didn't get out because I was so tired. But let me tell you, here's the thing. Here is the one thing. And I was telling one of my subscribers called me yesterday. I don't like to call you guys subscribers, especially when I talk to you through text and I talk to you on the phone. I consider us to be friends now. And I was um telling her how my she had called me with some exciting news, some exciting news. And I'm so proud of her and I'm so happy for her. And she was telling me what she was telling me, and we were just in a like a long conversation. It was a beautiful conversation. And have you ever just felt rushed? Like when somebody call you, you just drop everything, whether it's your mother, your children, your grandchildren, that best friend of yours. And it might not even be a best friend. It could be just be someone you done said, anytime you need me, just call. And you just drop everything. But you got things that you need to do before you could go over and help this person do what it is that they need to do, right? So yesterday I went after I got off live, y'all. I felt so good. And I've been feeling this way for a while, and I haven't been understanding as to why I am feeling this good. Like, what's going on? What's getting ready to happen? Like, what happened now? Like, what's going on now? And so it's just I've been feeling like something good is about to happen. Something good is happening, and I can't, and I'm not even trying to figure it out. I'm not stressing myself about figuring out what's going on and what God is getting ready to do in my life. All what God is doing in my life. I'm not trying to figure it out. When it's time for me to know, it's like I'll know. However, I do know this morning, it's like I'll talk about something and I don't read, when I read, I just read for that day. I don't go beyond that day. I read just for that day. And so this morning I was reading, I read in my daily bread and I read my, what's the date? What's the date? The 18th. Okay, so I read I read this, my daily bread, and I read out of this devotional today. And in the daily bread, it was talking about God given skills and talent. You know, we all have a skill and we all have a talent. And then some people, you know, people used to think cleaning up, keeping a clean house, that's a skill. That's a skill because some people can't keep a clean house, and some people don't even know how to clean their house. Some people, what my mama called, it's like surface cleaning. But a person that's skilled in cleaning how they're gonna clean every nook and corner and crevices. They're gonna move stuff around, and that's a skill. To be clean is a skill, and that is a business where a lot of women started off with just two people, and now like Molly the maid. That started off like with maybe two or three people. And now this is like a worldwide company, cleaning company. And that's a skill. Anything that you can make money off of, God gave us all. So don't look at somebody else and wish you could do what they can do. If God did not give you that skill or that talent, then don't you go over there trying to do something that you're not skilled or talented in, because God didn't give you that. God has something else for you. And so I was just yesterday I was just out and about, and I went to Walmart and I did my shopping and stuff like that. And I was finding myself, I'm saying, like, usually I'd be so hurried and so rushed and gotta do this and I gotta do that and I gotta get this done and I gotta get that done. And it was like something inside of me just say, slow down, slow down. Walmart is gonna be there, just slow down. So I when I got off, I straightened up the bed, and the bed was already. I just folded up the blanket because I just slept on top of my comforter. So I fold up the blanket and put on some clothes. I did put on a second. I put on a sunscreen before I went out, and I just went out and I felt like I was in Walmart like all day, and I just took my time. I brought the grocery up, took my time putting it up. And then my son called and said that he was being released from the hospital. So I said, just call me when you stand in, when they actually release you. Let me know, and then I'll come because I don't like waiting. They'll discharge you, and you'll be in a hospital for hours after that. So by the time I got there, he was still signing papers, and I parked. But when he called, the thing is, when he called, and he said he was ready, I was not in no rush. I was doing things. I was seasoning some pork chop. I was putting up, went shopping, so I sectioned my meat and put it in little Ziploc bags and um, store it in the refrigerator so I could have about 2 or 3 meal. No, what? One, two, three, four. 4 meals of pork chop. Got some chicken wings. Got some more chicken wings I need to put up. However, I wasn't in a hurry, and sometimes we need to slow down. When God is doing a work in your life, he will help you see the things that you really need to work on that you have no idea that you're doing. And I used to see my son, if my son had to call me any other time, I would have dropped what I was doing. I would have put the pork chop in the refrigerator, and I would have took the pork chops that I had cleaned in the sink. I would just put them in a bowl and just threw them in the refrigerator so I could go and get him. And I would have been frustrated all the way, but I wasn't. So sometimes we have to, I know you done heard this saying, stop and smell the roses. Take a minute and stop and smell the roses. That's what we have to do. We have to stop. We have to slow down. And in some instances, we have to. Good morning, Marcella. I have been wanting to call you. I need to talk with you. I need to talk with you because I'm a little upset with you, and I've been worried about you. I've been catching some of your I caught one of your lives, and I'm really I really want to talk with you. I really want to talk with you because a lot of people don't know, but I know. Well, I know, and I just don't want you to get yourself to a place to where because when you have other things going on in your life, um, this YouTube mess shouldn't even matter because you have more pressing things going on. So and I have a new phone, and some of my numbers didn't get over to this phone. So if you have my phone number, give me a call because I really would like to have a conversation I really would like to have a conversation with you. And this morning it is Testimony Tuesday. This is the day that we tell about what what we're going through, what we've been through, and how we got through it, and everything. And y'all, I'm working on a plan. I'm working on a plan. I just got this phone right now, and I'm waiting for this SIM card to come so I have my okay. I will have my tablet. So I don't want to screw around with this phone because y'all know I mess with one button and we won't be back on to next Thursday. So you could put it short something to let us know what God has done for you, what God is doing for you, and what you feel like God is getting ready to do for you. We getting ready to move into a new church. And I'm gonna tell you something. Well, y'all be telling people when you be saying things like, girl, I'm coming, girl, I'm gonna do this for you. And I'm a girl. You know what? Sometimes we make a liar out of ourselves because we don't do it. But for me, God holds me to it. God will bring back in my remembrance. I remember when I started out in the choir. I started out as an usher. I started out doing a lot of things, and a lot of things happened. I was having growing pains. I still had that attitude. I had that destructive behavior. I still had some of that, going on. However, and as I look back and I see everything that God has been doing, right? So, as I told y'all yesterday, Sunday, we went to a visiting church. So after we left after the church so small, right? So I had to sit down to wait for everybody to go and do what they was going to do. So they were in the fellowship hall. Well, I call them the fellowship hall, the dining room or whatever. And I was just sitting there. I was just minding my business. Cause y'all, let me tell you something. I have been minding my own business, really. And for the ones who know, they know. And for the ones who out here where I live that know, they know. And yesterday when I was driving home and I was thinking, you know, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people. A lot more people know who I am than I know who they are. And we were in church Sunday and we were sitting behind some ladies. And the lady said, "Oh, it's been so long since I seen you. I don't never see y'all. The only time I see you is like if I'm going to the store." And so me and my friend Pat, we were saying, well, I don't go nowhere. I go to the store, to the doctor, to church, and back home. That's me, and I like it the way it is. Every now and then, if one of the divine nine is doing something, which they always are, and most of the time I'm invited, or me and my girls will get a ticket, or I know someone at each one of the little Kappas. Not yeah, I know a Kappa, but I don't deal with them too much. But the Q dolls and the AKA and the Deltas, I have three of them that's in each one of those sororities, and whenever they're having something, Miss Rita, I got you a ticket. Just pay me when you can, and something like that, or say, either they done already paid for the ticket and just go and have a good time. So I had been just noticing some things. Sometimes get in your car and just drive. Don't turn the music on. Don't let nothing be on, but you, just you and your thoughts. Sometimes I be talking to myself when I'm driving, and I start saying, like, I didn't realize it, but I find myself being like with different families, different groups in the church. I'm not in a clique. I'm a clique all by myself. I'm all by myself. But I talk to everybody. I talk to everybody. And a lot of people just gravitate toward me. And then people who have my phone number. I was talking to a young lady the other day, last week, and she called and she said, I'm just so sorry to bother you, Marita, but do you mind? I just need to talk. I ain't know nobody else to call. So I just say, let me call Sister Marita. And I just want to talk. And we were talking and we stayed on the phone for about like an hour. And after we got off the phone, she said, I'm so sorry I called you. I ain't mean to bother you. And I'm telling her, she said, I wish I can be like you. I said, be like me, how? And she said, I just wish I could be like you. And I told her, I said, when I look at you, I don't see weakness. When I look at her, I don't see weakness. I look at her as being strong. I know she has some ailments and stuff like that. And I didn't know her insecurities were as deep as they was, and some of the things that she was going through. I didn't see that because that's not what she projects. And I was telling her about this. She said, "Oh man," she said, "I didn't know you saw me like that." I'm saying, I look at you like I be saying, "Damn, I don't want to get on her bad side." And she said, "For real?" I said, "Yes." And I said, sometimes the way we see ourselves and the way people see us is so different. It is so different. And this lady told me, this prophet lady told me a long time ago, and sometimes I feel like I can see it, but if I don't know if I'm running from it or what it is. And this lady had told me, she had called me up one night. I tried to sit in the back of the truck because I felt like this lady was gonna say something to me, and And I got up and I went to the bathroom. I never forget what I had on that night. I had on a light blue sweater and a jeans skirt. And me and my friend, we were just riding around that night trying to find something to get into. We had them with the Applebee's and ate and just, ain't have nothing else to do. So remember we were having something at church. I said, well, let's go to church. So we went to church and this lady was just prophesizing and all sorts of stuff. I said, Lord, here we go again. So I sat where I sit, where I normally sit, and she sat where we didn't sit together. We sat separate. And so I said, let me get it, because she was calling everybody up to the front. And I said, well, let me get up and go to the bathroom because I don't want this lady bothering me. So I get up and I go to the bathroom. And when I come from the bathroom, y'all, I sat in the back of the church, right? Like close to the door. So when church is over, I could just ease on out the door. And she ain't going to see me way back there in the back to be calling me and all of this kind of stuff. So the lady had called me. Then I'm looking, and she's about you. And I'm talking about who? And I'm looking all around and ain't nowhere to look because I'm in the back of the church. Ain't nowhere. All I saw was the wall, right? So she said, yeah, you who ain't nobody sitting back there but you. She said, come on. She said, I got something for you. Come here. And so I stood. She said, I want you to stand right in front of me. So I stood in front of her. Then she was just looking at me and looking at my eyes. She said, look at me. And I'm looking at her, and she said, you know what? I need for you to stand over here on the side. And she said, why are you standing over there on the side? She said, close your eyes because you see too much. She said, you see entirely too much. And so I'm standing over there. So I'm thinking the lady getting ready to do something. And I'm closing. I got my eyes closed. I'm being obedient. I got my eyes closed. And this lady started calling people up and prophesizing, and they dropping and hollering and screaming and thanking God and stuff. And I'm just standing there. So finally, when she finished with them, she turned to me and she stood in front of me. She said, you know what? You may be you running from this. She said, but it's gonna be a time when you're gonna stop running. She said, God got to work for you. And you're going to take the assignment. She said, you're going to be talking to a multitude of people. She said, I see you on a stage. I see you talking to people. I see you bringing people to God. She said, don't run from it. She said, don't run from it. She said, I don't know when and I don't know where. She said, but God got to work for you, and don't you running from it now. You trying to run from it now, but God got something for you. God got something for you. So she said, don't run from it. And I never understood that. And, even by I like this being out in the world, when I was out there doing what it was that I was doing, I always did things by myself. I never liked to do things in groups. I had two friends that I hung around, and we did everything together. And they know when I said I don't feel comfortable doing something, and if I leave and they go ahead and do it, they will always call me and say, girl, come on with your scary ass. Come on. We got it. But I was scared, but I was still out there slanging. I was still out there taking ninjas' money. I was still out there doing the things that me and my girls was doing together. I did it, but I always felt like different. It was just a feeling that I was different and this was not what I was supposed to do. And therefore I never hung around with a large group of females. That was always a no for me. I would rather hang around with a lot of men because they would keep me on the straight and narrow. And those were the only two women that I called friends because I didn't like being around females. My grandma used to call them, they were nothing but clucking hens. That's all they did, cluck, cluck, cluck all the time. And so when I came into church, and I just had a hunger for God, a thirst for God. I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know. And it had got to the point to, like, in Sunday school, my cousin, her husband was the pastor, and she would teach Sunday school. And she said, Marita, I want to thank you. She said, because you pushed me so much in Sunday school. She said, I have to really study, because now since you've been in church, I have to study, because you ask questions that I have never heard anybody ask. And at one point, I stopped asking questions, and one of the ministers asked me, the reverends asked me, he said, Sister Marita, he said, you was quiet in church today. I said, yeah, I don't be wanting to be asking all the questions all the time. And I be feeling like I be asking stupid questions. He said, let me tell you something. The only stupid question is the question that you do not ask. You don't get an answer if you don't ask the question. And ever since then, I have been doing that. So you know what? God has something for all of us, regardless of what you regardless if 130 million people is already doing it and God called you to do it, what God called you to do, he will equip you to do. God is not going to call you to do something and not equip you to do it, not equip you to do it, and not to walk you through it, and not to be there with you while you're doing it. So there's somebody on here, out here, who will hear this, just might stumble upon this, might be, comparing yourself to other people. And that's the mistake that we always make, comparing ourselves to somebody else. I don't know how many people out here on YouTube. I don't know how many people that talk about the Bible, that's encouraging people, that's trying to uplift people, whatever it is. I'm pretty sure there are others out here doing the same thing that I'm trying to build my channel up to be. I want this to be a safe place. I want this channel to be where you can get a word. So yesterday I didn't eat. I was just talking yesterday. I was talking about affirmations and stuff like that. And I got the most beautiful text yesterday. I got the most beautiful text. And Shirley, I'm telling you, that's your niece. I just love to see our young princess and our young prince. I just love to see our young children doing what it is that they supposed to be doing and being what they supposed to be. They are children. They are teenagers. I love to see that. And you look so happy. You look so happy. And that's what we have to do. We have to get out and be around the people that genuinely love us, that genuinely care for us. See, because I'm that type of person, I'm not quick to call somebody friend. And my daughter said, Mom, you too demanding. You are. My daughter told me, she said, it's hard being your daughter sometimes, Mom, because it's hard. And I know for somebody to be your friend, it's hard to be your friend because it's hard to be your daughter. And I said, well, why? She said, Mom, you have so many rules and demands and expectations. No, and I say, no, whatever a person wants from me as a friend, that's what I want from them as a friend. And as my friend, you gonna work. You gonna work because I'm gonna work on our friendship. I'm gonna work on our relation because a friendship is a relationship. A friendship is where you could go to a friend sometime when you can't go to your husband, when you can't go to your mom, when you can't go to nobody else. You got that one person that that you can go to. And see, I don't, before I call a person friends, I try them on like shoes. Like when you go to the shoe store, you try on a couple of pair of nines. Oh, this nine too tight. That one too loose. Oh, that's too narrow at the at the toes. That's gonna hurt my toes because that's narrow. I try mine on, and if they don't feel right after a while, I walk around them. I say, no, I ain't gonna be able to do this right here because I don't want no shoes. I'm just gonna put on in the car, walk in the church, and when I get to church, I'm gonna take them off. And then when it's time, church is over, I'm gonna put them back on to walk to the car. And when I walk to the car, I'm gonna put on a pair of slides. I'm buying some shoes that when I go to church, I can put them on, walk in the church, go to Applebee's, go to Red Lobster, go to Olive Garden, go to Texas Roadhouse, go to Outback. I want to be able to walk in them shoes. So them shoes gonna have to go through some things. And as a friend of mine, we gonna go through some things, and then how we come out of those things is gonna be determined by the both of us. And I have a friend, her mom just passed away, and prayerfully she come here after everything is kind of settled down, and she said, Marita, she said, Miss Marita, when Mama had passed, I thought about you. And she said, I'm so tired. And I said, when everything is settled, I said, just come here. Come here for a week, come here for a weekend, come here for how long you need to come. And don't it's just let who you need to know that you're going out of town, that you're going to Miss Maritha. Because see, here you're not going to be bothered. And if you want to go to the beach, if you want to just go downtown, if you want to go to Coconut Point, wherever you want to go, if you just want to go, I will take you out to the sites and see what, just to get your mind at peace to go back and face what you're going to have to face. And we have to have somebody that we can call on, somebody that we could call on in the middle of the night and just cry and just talk. We need somebody as a friend to just listen. And the young lady who called me last week, and she was saying, she said, I didn't know who else to turn to. She said, I just didn't know who else to turn to. So I said, let me call Miss Marita and see what she's doing. I really didn't want to bother you because I don't want to be a burden. And I had to let her know, look, if I did not want to talk to you, baby, I would have seen this phone ring and I would have turned it over. I would have let my phone run like I don't get something but 72 hours. I let my phone ring maybe 3-4 times the most. Because I'm not going to just keep letting the phone ring and I'm looking at it ring. No, I'm going to let it ring 3 or 4 times. That means I don't want to answer and I ain't going to answer. Because if my phone rang 1 or 2 times and I don't pick up, that means I'm in the kitchen, in the bathroom, or I don't walk away from my phone. And I would just let her know, you gotta have as women, we need to be more. I was saying this yesterday, more confident within ourselves. We can't assume. We need to stop assuming things, and we need to stop thinking because we can overthink a situation when you already got the instructions like baking a cake. Is the instructions are right there. Add 2 eggs, a cup of water, a third of milk, stir real good, a cup of maybe a third cup of oil. All the instructions are right there, so you don't have to figure it out. All you got to do, just follow the instructions, do what you need, mix all the ingredients, and then pop it in the oven. In 45 minutes to an hour, you got your cake that's going to be ready to frost. We overthink things, and we assume things. I think. And my daddy used to tell me, my daddy said, before, honey, I want you to stop thinking when you talking to me. Don't come up to me and say, well, I think, well, I thought. Come up to me knowing. And the only way you're going to know something is you're going to have to ask it. Then you will know. You have to ask a question, then you will know. And then, when you really want to know something, ask God, consult God. We never like to consult God. Before you consult anybody, before you call me, before you call your mama, before you call your bestest friend, before you call anybody, talk to God about it, because God never sleeps nor slumbers. God know everything. God see everything. God sits very high, and he can see hell. He could see the depths of hell. He can see to the bottom of the deepest ocean, the bottom of the deepest sea. God can see everything. He see everything. He's everywhere. He knows everything. He knows the beginning before the beginning begun. God already knew. God already knew. If he knew you 20 generations ago, so what would you think God don't know about you now? Go to God in prayer about any situation that arrives. And then you sit and you be still and you wait. Being still don't mean that you sit. If God says sit down, sit your butt down. Sit your butt down. If God say leave it alone, leave it alone. If God say be still, be still. Because if you could have done anything about it, you wouldn't have be in the situation that you're in. You wouldn't be feeling the way that you're feeling. If you had to be still, if you had to let it go the way God say let it go. And see, I used to think, and I say, just get over it. Just get over it. And my daughter be saying, well, mama, people can't get over things as fast as you get over things. I don't, I had to learn how to get over things and be able to say, get over it. Just get over it. Because I used to let things hurt me to my core. And I used to see the people who have inflicted this pain on me. I used to see them out and about having fun like they had did not a damn thing to me. And I used to see that. And I just say, that is so unfair. That is so unfair. And then that brings me to this morning reading, what I was reading, and it was talking about conscious choices. That's making a conscious choice, a conscious decision. Conscious mean that you're clear. I'm clear. I'm clear. And this young lady told me yesterday, Miss Marita, you my hero because I feel like you could just do anything. No, honey, it took me a long time to get to where I am now. It took me a long time to get this peace. It took me a long time to get this joy. It took me a long time to get to where I am now. It took me a long time to get to the place where I said, I don't give something but 3 days. And after 3 days, baby, it is a deal. I don't care who it is, mama, children, auntie, cousins, besties of friends. I don't care who it is and or what it is. Because you know what? We do not allow ourselves to hurt. I allow myself to feel the pain. I want to feel the pain. I want to feel the pain of a situation. After feeling that pain, I know I never want to feel that way again. I want to feel it. I don't wallow in it. I allow it to do what it's going to do. I go through the emotions. I go through the unbelief that you did it in the first place. You were brave enough to do it. When I get over the unbelief and then the hurt, and then, the hurt and the going through, the unbelief, the hurt, the going through. But baby, while I'm in the midst of going through and it's the coming out, I can see clearly now. All of the clouds have disappeared, all that stinking thinking, and I'm going to make the right decision for me. See, when you start making the right decision for you, people get upset. When you start making the right choices for you, people get upset because you done always been that person, that go-to person. You always been. Time you see them, you just open up your wallet. Time you see them, you just open up your heart. Time you see them, you just open up that compassion that you have for them. Time you see them, you just open wide. You just open wide for them. And then when you do all of that, you get the same thing. You get the same results that you have always been getting. You get hurt, you get lied to, you get hurt, you get disappointed, you get let down. But who fault is that? That's not the person who's doing it fault. That's your fault because you go right on back in after God then already got you out of what this that got you out this situation one time, but you go right on back in again and again and again and again and again. So that makes you not a very good decision maker. You don't make the right choices. You don't make the right choices. You don't choose yourself. You always choose someone else over yourself. And we were in church. I think it was Sunday, and I think it was Sunday school was either over, and we were just sitting there waiting for 11 o'clock service because the lady in the kitchen who does the breakfast, she didn't come to church Sunday, and so somebody was talking about they had a problem with saying no. And when somebody tell me they got a problem with saying no, she said, I don't like to tell people no. I say, for real? I said, girl, she said, I don't really know how to say, I really don't know how to tell a person no. I say, for real? I say, well, let me teach you. I say, it's easy.
I said, I'll teach you how to say no. I said, it's real easy. And I said, just say no. It's just that simple. And somebody passed by and said, Miss Marita, you going to you going to 3 o'clock service? I said, no. I say, see how easy that was. But I end up going to 3 o'clock service anyway because my manager, I call her my manager. My manager walked past. Yes, she going. Yes, she going. But anyway, we have to learn how to make the best decision for us, whether it be letting go of a relationship, letting go of a friendship, just letting go. Just letting go. We don't hold on to things that's not. If it's not adding and multiplying, it's it's dividing and subtracting. It's dividing and subtracting. It's not adding anything. It's not adding any value to your life. I don't never want to be in a friendship or a relationship that I'm constantly stressing about, that I'm constantly worrying about. And I don't want to be in a friendship where you put me in every time I turn around, you in something. I question, like being friends with people. I question my friends. What's your motivation? What's the end game in this? Well, what do you want from this? Well, what do you think you're gonna get from this? And my friends tell me, look, not today, Miss Marita, not today, not today. Well, then I'm not the one for you to talk to, sweetheart. I'm not the one for you to talk to. That's why my friends are limited. That is why because I'm a question you, baby. And I'm not going along with everything you do. Cause see, you hurt my feeling one time. That's a done deal for me. I ain't God. I don't keep on giving you all them chances. It says, how many times should I forgive you? He said 77 times 77. That's an ongoing thing, because all through the day, God, I be saying, Lord, please forgive me. I done thought about something, or I done said a curse word, or something like that, and I'm asking God to forgive me. So I understand that, but I'm not gonna put myself in a situation to where I'm allow you to keep on hurting my feelings and stuff like that. No, we have choices every day, y'all. And you have the choice to stay, or you have the choice to walk away. And sometimes walking away is not easy. I know that. I know walking away isn't easy. It's not easy. Walking away from a friendship, walking away from a relationship, walking away from something that does not add value to your life, but you still want to hold on to it. But it ain't do. It's just like the root is dead. That plant, that tree is dead. It's dead from the bottom. It ain't no more earthly good. You done got all that you gonna get out the relationship. You done got all you gonna get out the friendship. And when God tell you to let something go, you better let it go. You better take your hands off of it like you done touched a hot spoon or a hot pot. You better let it go because nothing good is gonna come from that. And sometimes things are happening in your life. It's only people come in our lives for a season and a reason. And when that reason is over, that means the season is over. It's done. And it can't be resurrected. The only way it could be resurrected if God resurrected. You can't blow life back into it. How can you blow life into something that you didn't give? You didn't even give. We have our children, we have our babies. We are the vessel that God used to bring forth new life. If God didn't want that life to be brought into the world, it wouldn't be brought into world. So there's choices that we have to make. And sometimes the choice that we want to make is to just work it out, and I can get it right. I can do right. I can make that person be what I want them to be. We can't make nobody do. We can't even make ourselves do half of things that we need to do. Like I need to go to the gym. I say I'm going to the gym, and then I sit down and I eat breakfast. I go downstairs to the gym when I need to get in my car and go down 3, 4, 5 blocks, maybe go down a mile and a half and going to the gym, going to the gym. I In my mind, I'm rationalizing. If I go downstairs to the workout room, I could do my cardio, I can do my upper part, but I can't do my cardio the way my cardio should be done unless I go to the gym. But I choose to go down to the workout room downstairs, and I say, well, I'm getting the same result. No, I'm not getting the same result because I'm not getting the same workout. So choices, we have to make the best decision that's for us. And then the best choice, it's easy for me to go downstairs, but is that the best decision that I go downstairs or get in the car and just go into LA Fitness? And so, and that's the way life is. Life is full of choices, and life is full where we have to make decisions. And sometimes, we question God about the choices and the decision. God say go left, and we say, "Are you sure?" Because I don't think I went left the last time. Let me see we'll consult everybody. God have be done told us to do something. And we still got to go back and consult our husband, our best friend, and we gonna have to go and consult everybody when God done told us to do something. When God tell us to do something, that is not up for debate. It's not up for question. It's not up for questioning. When God say go, go. If God say don't, God told Moses to get up and go. God didn't tell him where to go. God said get up and go. Moses was so obedient, he didn't even ask God where I'm going. God said, leave everybody and everything, get your wife, get your brother's son who always in trouble, get him, get your wife, get all your stuff and come on, let's go. Let's go. Moses did say, well, Lord, where I'm going. He didn't say that. He just got up and he just went. He just went. Just like when Jesus was calling on his disciples, found two of them out there fixing the nets on their fishing boat. God said, come on, follow me. They didn't say, they didn't ask God, where was I following you? He said, I'm gonna let you a fisherman. He said, but now I'm gonna let you be a fisher of persons, of people. Come, I got some good news I want to share with you. And Jesus was teaching his disciples. They made the choice, they made a conscious choice. They didn't care about what was going to happen or when it was going to happen because they trusted, for some reason they trusted in God. They believed in what he was saying. And when you trust God and you believe what God has said, when you trust in that word that I never leave you nor forsake you, when you trust in that, when you trust in when God said, I know the thoughts and the plans that I have for you, the thoughts to prosper you and not harm you, to bring you good, you trust God for that. And when you trust God enough to when the world around you is falling apart and people trying to stab you all in your back, they trying to come up, they trying to come for you. And God say, look, ain't no weapon gonna form against, no weapon formed against you is gonna prosper. I take constellation in that. I take constellation because he said, no weapon formed against you is going to prosper. He didn't say nowhere that the weapon was not going to form. He letting you know the weapon is going to come. And you know what the weapon is? It's this little thing here, this little thing in your mouth and these little fingers here. Cause see, it's so many keyboard warriors and it's so many bullies that's out here on this internet in the world. This little pink thing here can get you in so much trouble. And typing on this computer can, on your phone, on your laptop, whatever, could get you in so much trouble because we don't take the time to make the best decisions. We overthink doing right, but we just jump into doing wrong. We don't think about it for a split second. We get so caught up, because they doing it. They doing it. They saying it. So cause I want to feel a part of it. I'm gonna jump in it. You see, I don't learn how not to be in YouTube stuff. Cause I seen what it not only did to me, I seen what it was doing to my daughter. And I know my daughter don't have the patience of Job sometimes. And then when it comes to my granddaughter, I have my understanding is from zero to none. I don't have that type of understanding. However, I know that I can't do what I want to do to nobody Cause I ain't got the money to be flying all around the world to find somebody who done said something about me or done, done spoke on my daughter, done spoke on my granddaughter. I don't have that type of money. So what I do is I just don't, I make a decision. Okay, I can walk away from that. I'm mad as hell, Lord, and I need a prayer right now. I need a prayer warrior right now. I need to be calmed down. I need to fret not myself because of evildoers. I bring up scripture and I talk to myself. I start humming a song. This light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, and trouble don't last always. I start bringing up a song. I start bringing up a scripture. And sometimes I can't even pull up a song, can't even pull up a scripture, but I can go to my phone and I can pull up the Bible app and I could put it on Psalms. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Lead me not into temptations, baby. I could pull up some scriptures and walk my way through it. Or I can listen to songs on my phone, and after 30 minutes or an hour to the most, I'm good. I am good. So I have learned, I have made a decision that I am and I will not. I am a peaceful person. And yesterday I was driving and I said, you know what? I'm a good person. I said, I'm a good person. I'm a loving person. I am kind. I am nice. I am beautiful. And because I'm always saying I'm a good person, but I'm not a nice person. But I am a nice person. I'm not, and I said I have to stop saying I know I'm not a friendly person. I've never been a friendly person, but I've always been nice. I've always been good. I always been compassionate. I always been passionate about my friendships and about my relationship with people. I'm very compassionate about that. I'm not to the point to where I am. I will smother a friend. I give my friends, honey, I give them space, and when they don't have to tell me, because when you are in tune with the person, you know when they need space. Like when you're talking, my daughter yesterday, I know she was so ready for her child to be home, so excited for her child to, come home. But she was a little worried, or she got food poisoning on the last day that they were there. And then we had one of the chaperones. She know Jordan was not the one for her to come after, because she know what type of mama Jordan got, and she know what kind of grandma Jordan got, and she know who Jordan is. Even though she is an assistant principal, she know, and she was getting upset with Jordan and the kids for taking pictures. Talking about they taking too long to take pictures. And I told Verena to tell Jordan to tell her, shit, my mama paid for this trip. This trip I wasn't sponsored by nobody. I was sponsored by my mama. My mama paid the $1,600 for me to be on this trip. And if I want to stand in this spot all day to take a picture, I'm going to stand in this spot and take a picture. Now, do we have to see each other when the school start next week? Do we need to see each other then, or do we need to talk to each other now? So when you know who you are, you don't allow someone to come in, fight for whatever it is that you want, fight for it. We were asked a question Saturday in our love meeting. How do you see yourself? How do you see yourself? And I was so surprised at the answers that people were giving. And I said, I see myself I say the way God see me, that's just how I see me. I see me the way God say I see me. I see, I believe what God, everything God said that I can do, I believe that I can do it. Everything that God says that I am, I believe that I am. So I see me the way God see me. I see myself as loving, compassionate, honest, true, open, wide, flawed, not flawless, flawed. And when you get to a point to you accept who you are, the inside and the outside, because what you got in the inside, baby, it's gonna come on the outside. It is going to show on the outside. It's going to show in your face. It's going to show in your skin. It's going to show in your hair. It's going to show in your attitude because it's so much of it in the inside. There's not enough room to where it is got to be on the outside. So, what are you showing people? Are you showing people how to walk all over you? Are you showing people how to put you down because you don't even see the worth? You don't even see the word, the worthiness in you, and people got to constantly lift you up and build you. I don't want to be around nobody I got to constantly prop up all the time. I'm there for you. I'm a rider with you. I'm a ride with you till the wheels fall off. I ain't no ride or die, but I'm a ride with you. I'm a ride with you till I can't ride with you no more. And when I'm riding with you, I'm uplifting, I'm encouraging. But see, when I see you leaning and to the point that you're weighing me down, no, I ain't gonna never let nobody do that. I'm never gonna, I would separate myself. I would divide and separate myself to keep somebody always, every time you turn around, you got to keep them propped up. You got to keep them. At some point, you got to learn how to be the own cheerleader, be your own cheerleader in the game of life. Because you know what? Sometimes it ain't gonna be nobody that'll pat you on the back. Sometimes it ain't gonna be nobody that'll tell you that, oh, that was a good job you did, girl. That was very good. I am proud of you. Congratulations. Sometimes it's not going to be somebody there for you. Deion Sanders always tell this story every time, it'll come across my feed at the right time when I need to hear. He said he was asked where did he get his persona. He said he had to hype himself up because his mom was working. His stepdad is an alcoholic, and his biological father, Riz Mims, so at that time was addicted to drugs. Was addicted to drugs. So he said, his mama by his mom out there working, and the stepdad and the real daddy doing what they do. He didn't have nobody in the stands to cheer him on. He understood what his mama was doing, but what his dad, what the men in his life was doing. Every now and then they might can catch a game, but nobody was there cheering him on. He said, you know what? I started cheering for myself. I started, congratulating myself. He said, but when I went to college, he said, my mama attended more college games than she did high school games, because now she was in a better situation that she didn't have to work that hard and she could catch the home games and stuff like that. He said, but I had to cheer for myself. That's where the persona of Prime came from, because I didn't have nobody back there cheering for me. I didn't have look in the stands and I could see my mom, I could see my dad, I could see other people out there in the stands for me. No, I did not have that. So I had to do all of that for myself. And see, when you get to the point to where nothing and no one can disturb your peace, when you get to a point to where what a person say don't bother you, the way you get to a point to what people do, long as they don't come and touch you, you didn't hear them physically say it, don't bother you anymore. It just does not bother you anymore. And I'm gonna tell you, you'll know when you get there. You'll recognize when you get there, and you'll be thinking, well, damn, she said that, and it didn't even bother me. You know, Sunday we went to we were at a visiting church. So I just been being me. I just been enjoying my life. I'm happy where I am right now. Where I am right now is a happy place. I'm in a happy spot right now. I don't have anything really going on. I made a decision that I'm gonna be a better mother. I'm gonna be a better grandmother. I'm gonna be a better daughter. I'm gonna be a better person, because there's somebody that that needs me, And by I went out to sit with my mom Saturday. I went out to my mom Saturday, and we just had like a normal conversation and stuff like that, and it wasn't forced. It just flowed. And that was the start for me to say, I want to be better than I was yesterday. I want to be a better person to the people in my life that I love, that need me and who don't, just look at me as somebody, as a friend. I need to be better. I need to be a better friend. And I made a conscious decision to do that. And by doing that, it'll make you, it's making me a better person. It's making me want to be a better person. And so Sunday, my pastor had called me. He said, Maritha, and I said, oh Lord, what now? Did I say something? Because I'm always saying something. Did I say something? And I'm at another church. Now I ain't the only one that was saying the church was small. I'm going all kind of things going through my head. So he looked at me. He said, Maritha, he said, I want you to keep doing what you're doing. He said, you don't even know what I'm talking about, do you? I said, no. I said, what? What I did? What I'm doing? He said, you don't even know. He said, sit by, you don't know. That means keep on doing what it is that you don't know. And all I know is that I'm just trying to be the best person that I can be. I'm trying to be the best follower of Christ that I can be. And that's all I can be. That's all I can be. And God gave us all our skills and all our talent and stuff like that. So whatever my skill is, whatever my talent is, I like to, I like to make people see the best that's in them. I can't make a person see the best in themselves. I can't make a person feel better. All I can do is speak words of encouragement. All I can do is speak life into a person. All I can do is uplift the person. All I can do is help a person see the goodness that they, even if it's way down in there, there's some goodness in everybody because God said everything He made was good and very good. And so you're part of that everything, even though if you don't see it, sometimes you have to shine the light inward to see the goodness that you have and stop perpetrating a fraud, trying to be like everybody, trying to please. I've never been a people pleaser. And if you're having a problem saying no, please pick up the phone and call me. I'm a good teacher of teaching a person how to say no. I can say it however you want to say. No, no, no. Hell no. No. And we ain't even got to go through it. All we got to do is just say no. Just say no. You ain't got to explain why you saying no. You ain't got to feel bad when you say no. Because a matter of fact, when you start practicing and utilizing the word no, you start feeling better. Oh yeah, you're gonna, oh, I shouldn't have said that. You're gonna try to reassess reassess the thing. No, ma'am, no, ma'am, no ham, no spam, no cheese. It's just no for it's a no for me. It's a no for me. And when you start making the best decisions for you, that's when all the hell gonna break loose. But in the midst of that hell, you stand and you stand firm. I said what I said. And sometimes you ain't even got to say, I said what I said. Because when you mean what you say, people know and they understand. Well, she done already said no. She ain't gonna do it. I don't care what you say. I said it and I ain't saying it no more. I ain't doing it. And that's just that. So we're gonna have to make conscious decisions about our life, right? You got a skill, you got a talent, utilize that skill. If you're a good baker, stop baking those cakes and pies and doing whatever it is you're good at. And start going to little because every store got every town got one of them little corner stores that's selling some chicken or selling some. Go and talk to the manager about putting your cakes in there, and people start buying them cakes, and then he gonna start ordering your cakes. And then, whatever skill you got, whatever talent you got, utilize it because God gave us all the skill and all the talent. And the body of God is made up of many parts. Some came to preach, some came to teach, some came to evangelize, and some came to be, some came to be treasurer. Some came to be the secretary. We got it's different. This one body, look at your body. There's one body with many parts. The hands don't do what the feet do. The feet don't do what the eyes do. The eyes don't do what your small intestine do. Your ears don't do what your mouth do. Everybody got a position, and every position, there is a position for everybody. And when we get in those positions, we need to stay in our lane. We need to stay in our lane. So what is we talk about? Well, yesterday I was told that starting April 1st, I will be working 2 days a week. I was shocked and hurt. I just prayed about it, and I prayed I can find another job. Okay, you told that you was being, you know what, that could be a very devastating thing, Shirley. About told that you were going to be on, you got those 2 days. Now you just got to rearrange some things. And for whatever is out there for you, it is for you. Sometimes we have to make a way for ourselves. Sometimes I don't know what kind of work that you're doing, but God gonna make it. God gonna make it happen for you. God didn't bring, I the way I look at things, God didn't bring me this far because Donald Trump is doing just wreaking havoc right now in these United States. You know, my mom and I were talking about it Saturday, and both of us get old lady checks. So I say, well, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, because if ain't nobody got no money, nobody can't buy nothing. And then the people trying to fill their stores up, who gonna be coming in the store to buy something and they ain't got no money? Now you making a hardship for a lot of people, cutting a lot of jobs, and what they call entitlement programs and stuff like that. I'm not worried about it. I'm cautious. I'm watching as well as praying about it, and that's pretty much all we can do. That's all I can do. Watch and pray, and watch, see what's going to happen, pray about it, and see what God going to do about it. So if you are in a position where you can go and look for another job, I say go and put in at least 5 to 10 applications every day. Just because somebody going to hire you if they want you, and if it's God's will, you're going to be hired. So don't look at the negative side of it, because that's what we always have a tendency to do, is to look on the negative. But you working only 2 days a week. You still got 5 more days to do whatever is need to be done. And don't let those days be idle days. Don't let those days be where you're sitting down and worry about, oh, what is I'm gonna do? What is I'm gonna do? What is I'm going to do? You got 2 days to work. And eventually, by the end of the summer, by the end of the year, you just may be on another job. Keep praying and keep asking. Don't know what God got in store for you. I can't tell you what to do, nor can I tell you how to do what I can't tell you what to do. All I can do is say, trust in the Lord, believe God's word, where he said, I'll never leave you, nor forsake you. Go in Matthews and ask, seek, and the door shall be open. Keep on talking to God. Put God in the equation. And when we start putting God in the midst of a situation, I bet you start seeing these demons tremble and run away. So you be of good courage, Shirley. You be of good courage, and you hang on in there, and stop looking at it in the physical. Start looking at it in the spiritual, and you'll still hold told something totally different. When you start consulting God and have that relationship where you talk to God about things, I guarantee you things. Not saying that you're not going to go through things and you're not going to feel things. However, when you decide to make a conscious decision to follow God, and what you asking God, a question you asking God for help, whatever you asking God for, and God put that right there in front of you, teach one, reach one, teach one, reach one. So whatever God do for you in this situation, because see, you gonna be the vessel that God gonna use to show people I'm in charge. So don't get all discombobulated. Don't get all bent out of shape. What you need to do around the house for a week, those days that you need to rest, go ahead on and rest. Go ahead on and rest. Them 2 days that they're gonna ask you to work, work them 2 days. Don't quit your job. Work them 2 days, honey. And work them happily, work them proudly. Because when them 2 days is over, you're gonna go home and eventually you're gonna find something, or it's gonna even get better on that job. It's going to get better on that job. So this morning, Shirley, girl, I thank you for being here. Shanice, honey, I'm glad you're here. AKA, as always, I'm going to lift you up in prayer. And I just know it's going to be the way God will have it to be. And I pray that God give you the strength to accept whatever decision is made today with you going to the doctor. But I am praying for healing. I'm praying for good results. I am praying for clarity. I am praying for release. I am praying for renewal, and I am praying for refreshing. AKA, that's my prayer for you this morning, and I will be praying all through the day. I will be lifting you up to the mighty God this morning. And I'm her. Good morning. I thank you for being here as well. Again, Nikki, I'm so glad you're here this morning. Nikki, I'm glad that you're here. And Carrie, my girl, I've been trying to call you for 2 days, sweetheart. I have been trying to call you for 2 days. And today just might be the day that I pick up the phone. But I've been trying to call you, but I've been waiting for you to call me. So maybe we were just sitting around waiting for um each other to be calling each other. So we're going to be talking this morning. And I appreciate everybody that's being here. Well, yesterday I was told, yeah, okay, starting April. Well, you got until April 1st. Shirley, and I'm going to be praying for you, Shirley. I'm going to petition God for you as well. And you know, that's what we have to do. We have to pray for each other. That's what we were talking about and I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna end in our love ministry about affirming each other. We got to start being better to each other. We're gonna start having to speak better to each other. You know, some people ain't where we are. Some people ain't where I am. I'm not where some people are. But I know this: when you treat people good, that good come back to you. Even sometimes we treat the wrong people good. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, at the end of the day gonna end and some good gonna come back. It may not be through that person that you did them good and they didn't do good to you, because I believe when a person mistreat me, because I know I'm a child of God, you know what, when a person mistreat me, I done learn how to stop seeking revenge, because God say vengeance is mine. I get angry about it, and after I get angry about it, then I laugh about it, because see, they don't understand what's getting ready to happen. It's out of my hands now. When they don't feel the need to want to come and apologize and say, oh, I'm sorry. You know they're coming with that, oh, I'm sorry if I said something, if I did, and they come to you with that kind of attitude. Oh, okay, baby, it's all good, boo, but it's out of my hands now. It's out of my hands now. It's above me. It's way above me. And so I'm learning how I have learned. And I'm learning how when God said, be still, I got this. Don't worry about it. Don't try to figure out how you're going to seek that revenge, because I'm a revenge seeker. I used to be a revenge seeker. But now I know when God started tapping on that ass, ain't none could change that. And God forgive me for cursing. Nothing can change that but God. So when people do you wrong, don't you be fretting and crying about that and getting mad about that. Just say, it's out of my hands now. It's out of my hands. Pray about it. And if you need to pray some more every time, and stop thinking about it. Every time it want to pop up, start calling on the name of Jesus. Every time that feeling where you want to get mad want to pop up, start calling on the name. When you call, you ain't got to do nothing but say, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Remove this, deliver me from it. And when God deliver you from something, that means he's taking that away from you. Don't be running behind what God taking away from you to take it back. Because when you take it back, it's going to be worse. And see, I done end friendships before. I done end friendships before. I done end relationships before. And ending those friendships and those relationships, I questioned myself in doing it, but that's what God was telling me to do. And I'm going to tell you, that was the best decision that I have ever made by letting go. My mom motto is let go and let God. And for a long time, I did not understand. They made a calendar about how you say influential women in Lee County. My mom was one of those women, and influential black women, and my mom was one of those women. And her motto, all the women had mottos. My mom motto was let go and let God. And I did not understand let go, let God, let go. And I would say that all the time, let go, let God. And I asked my mom, she said, honey, let it go and let God take care of it. And when God take care of it, there is no mistakes going to be made. There's no room for doubt. There's no room for misunderstanding. No room for misunderstanding. So, Marcella's, Shanice, Shirley, aka, for the people that's watching, let go and let God. And when you let go and let God, God gonna let you see it. God gonna let you see it. God gonna let you see them demons tremble. God gonna let them demons be your footstool. He said, I will make your enemy your footstool. God will let you see it because I'm seeing some of it now. I am seeing for me, I am seeing some of it now. And all I can say, look at God. Won't he do it? Look at God. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? So that's all I got for y'all today. And my tea done got cold, but I still got to drink it. And today is Tuesday. It's Terrific Tuesday. It could be Terrific Testimony Tuesday. And what is that you always say, AKA? Put it in the chat, what you always say. What is it that you always say? Have a good day on purpose. Smile because you're beautiful and I like your smile. So go out there today and be terrific. Be terrific. This is Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday. Go out there and be the best you that you can be. And that's all you can be. The best you that you could be. However, however you was yesterday, be better today. Be better today. I am her. I love you to life, my little sister. I love you to life. I just love myself some I am her. Hey, Miss Marita. She always with that cheerful voice. Always, 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 always. And Butterfly, thank you for being here as well this morning. Thank you for being here this as well. So as I said, this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and I will be glad in it because it did not have to be this way. But I thank God I'm on this side this morning just for the day, just for the day. So in the meantime and in between time, if you ever see me anywhere in these YouTube streets, don't be afraid to holler because I'll holler back. So I'm going to say peace out and deuces. I holler.